It looks like there was a recent leak. Let's see what this one's about and determine whether or not this is a good thing. This leak is apparently about a Star Fox racing game. Let's talk about that for a bit. So it looks like we got a leak in regards to Nintendo's E3. So this one would be interesting. Apparently this leak came from Reddit, and normally when there's a leak that comes from 4chan or Reddit or anything like that, it's most of the time people looking for attention, get their 15 minutes of fame, that kind of thing. But not this case. Apparently Eurogamer themselves actually said, "Hey man, look, there's some truth to this. There's some backing behind this. We've heard something similar to this." So I decided that why not talk about it for a bit in an off-the-cuff video. So, the leak is apparently about a game called Star Fox Grand Prix, and it's going to be a racing game that is similar to Diddy Kong Racing. Now, personally, I don't really have any experience with Diddy Kong Racing. I only played it once or twice ever in my life, borrowing it from a friend, and that's kind of it. So, what I know about it is very little, but what I do understand is that it is a racing game that had a hub world, a story mode, all these kind of things, that people really loved it for that reason. And if that's the case, I can kind of see why. That sounds kind of dope. But, Star Fox doing it, I think, can be very interesting. However, at the same time, I feel like it's a little problematic for a few reasons. Now, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for Star Fox to be doing this. Star Fox has kind of been doing a lot of weird things with their franchise throughout the years. We mostly know them for their on-rail shooter type games, like Super Nintendo Star Fox, the original, Star Fox 64, and Star Fox Zero, right? But then you also had like the more experimental games like Star Fox 2 that released on the Super Nintendo Classic, Star Fox Command, and Star Fox Assault, and what was the other one on the GameCube? I'm sure you guys know. Oh, Adventures, there you go, Star Fox Adventures, right? So, the series is not it's been doing a lot of weird things in the past before, whether it be a Zelda clone, a strategy game, or an on-rail shooter. It's tried a lot of different things. So a racing game isn't out of the question to me. I can believe that, right? My personal issue is, and I know some people are going to complain like, "Oh, Shifty, this doesn't matter. This doesn't really mean anything. It could be whatever." I I think this idea would have worked better with F-Zero. And I know, I believe there are some people on Twitter who, make the case like, yeah, because F-Zero was a successful franchise that deserves coming back. I mean, look, I get it. I don't think F-Zero was ever a system seller. I don't think it was ever a massive selling franchise or anything like that. But I think if you're going to take a racing, if you're going to make a racing game, and you're going to have a full storyline, have a hub world, and be able to talk to other racers off the track and everything, cool stuff like that. I feel like that fits F-Zero more than Star Fox. I mean, again, Star Fox can do it. I believe they would be able to and do it fine, especially like racing in an R-Wing through space and shit. Like, that'd be cool. I like that idea. That sounds cool as shit. If this ends up being real and this ends up being true and at E3, I'll be excited to play it. Like, that sounds cool. I do need to see gameplay and see how the game is and everything, but as of right now, from what I'm imagining, that just sounds fucking cool as shit. But something tells me that, like, this is putting F-Zero deeper into the grave than it already was. But hey, you can't choose your the games you're getting on your Switch. But the game I am getting doesn't seem too bad either, so I'm pretty iffy on it. I don't really have too many things to say about Star Fox Grand Prix other than the idea sounds cool. I think it would have been better as an F-Zero game, but still generally pretty positive. As when it comes to Star Fox, I don't really have such a huge devotion to it. I like the games, but I don't get excited to play them. They're not my most favorite. It's not my most favorite franchise. But I will say, in my opinion, I think the future of the franchise should be in strategy. I've played Star Fox 64, the original on the Super Nintendo, Star Fox 2, Command, and a bit of the GameCube ones. And a bit of Zero as well on the Wii U. And I feel that in my opinion, the best Star Fox has been is when they decided to go strategy. Now, mind you, the Super Nintendo game is good. The Star Fox 64, I believe, is the one that everyone loves and is kind of cherished to be the best one. But in my opinion, I think the best Star Fox game is actually Star Fox 2, and very close behind it, Star Fox Command. I think the strategy aspect to those games make it way more entertaining and way more more fun to play, and it provides more thinking behind the rail shooting, because you still have the on-rail shooting in those games with a bit of your open arena like flight, while also getting, you know, thinking behind your moves. And I think that is the way that Star Fox should go if it wants to kind of grow or go into the next generational leap in terms of its gameplay. But you know, most people just want the on-rail shooter, and that's fine. I've seen some people complain about this Star Fox Grand Prix game. Some of them are saying that, oh no, this fucking kills Star Fox. Star Fox should not be this. It should be an on-rail shooter, and that's it. This is not a real Star Fox game. What the fuck is this? And they have people on the other side who are pretty happy about it because they like the idea of it, and they're pretty open to it. I can understand the argument on both sides. I can see why one would be happy and the other would be angry. As a F-Zero fan, I was more of an F-Zero fan than I was a Star Fox fan, so I can kind of see why they would be angry, and maybe the F-Zero fans that are still out there, I'm with you. If you're out there, let me know how you feel about this, because I feel that Mario Kart was great as the casual racing game that everyone loved, but if you wanted the more complex racing game with the hub and the storyline and all that, F-Zero would have been perfect for that. But it looks like Star Fox is taking the reign on this one. And again, I'm sure if it's real, I'm sure this game would be cool and it'll be fun and I'll enjoy myself. But a part of me believes it would have been more fitting if it was an F-Zero game. I want Star Fox to continue and F-Zero to continue, and seeing Star Fox kind of go into that direction makes me a little worried about F-Zero. Mind you, it hasn't had a game in God knows how long, so it's not like I expected it to come back in any way, but still, it would have been nice to see this be an F-Zero game. But hey, I understand, if it's real and it's a Star Fox game and it looks fun, I'll play it. I don't really give a shit what franchise it belongs to. But that's really all I have to say about this game. It's an interesting idea. I don't understand why Star Fox, but hell, if it's fun, it's fun. I don't really care. Let me know what you guys think though on the comments down below. I'm definitely going to read whatever comments I do get on this one, because it's a very polarizing topic from what I'm seeing on the internet. And take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.